Rejoice, people of the internet, rejoice. After several months of hurt, pain, uncertainty, censorship and god-awful management, Ellen Powell, also known to us all as Chairman Powell, has left Reddit, or as I like to call it, fired from Reddit. It is a great moment for the internet and for the forces against censorship and authoritarianism. However, just before I get into my obvious opinion, is this a cause for celebration or is the fight even won yet? Well, this particular occasion is definitely a cause for celebration after the petition to get her removed reached 200,000 plus signatures. I also signed it, plus the clear division and anger that she had caused over Reddit clearly put something into the administration's heads that maybe she was not the one for the job. That these policies that she had been pursuing were damaging them not only as a community and website, but also as a company. They were losing countless users by the day to websites like Vote, who offered an old-school Reddit and much freer experience for users who were disenfranchised by what was going on at Reddit. I don't think that the site could expect to survive with her as interim CEO. No, interim, and I'll be getting into that later. It's not just the fact that people were leaving, but loads were leaving. And don't forget that the firing of key staff that the community loved along with the blackouts of the subreddits meant that things could have gotten a damn sight worse, so removing her was definitely a great move. The fact that they replaced her with Reddit's co-founder Steve Huffman, all this for an official statement that I think I'll read, is important. Ellen Powell resigned from Reddit today by mutual agreement. I am delighted to announce that Steve Huffman, founder and original Reddit CEO, is returning as CEO. We are thankful for Ellen's many contributions to Reddit and the technology industry generally. She brought focus to chaos, recruited a world-class team of executives and drove growth. She brought a face to Reddit that changed perceptions and is a pioneer for women in the tech industry. She will remain as an advisor to the board through the end of 2015. I look forward to seeing the great things she does beyond that. We're very happy to have Steve back. Product and community are the two legs of Reddit, and the board are very focused on finding a candidate who excels at both. Truthfully, community is harder, which Steve does. He has the added bonus of being a founder with 10 years of Reddit history in his head. Steve is rejoining Alexis, who will work alongside Steve with the new title of co-founder. A few other points. Mods, you are what make Reddit great. The Reddit team, now with Steve, wants to do more for you. You deserve better moderation tools and better communication from the admins. Second, Redditors, you deserve clarity about what the content policy of Reddit is going to be. The team will create guidelines to both preserve the integrity of Reddit and maintain Reddit as a place where the most open and honest conversations with the entire world can happen. Third, as a Redditor, I'm particularly happy that Steve is so passionate about mobile. I'm very excited to use Reddit more on my phone. As a closing note, it was sickening to see some of the things Redditors wrote about Ellen. 1. The reduction in compassion that happens when we're all behind computer screens is not good for the world. People are still people even if there is internet between you. If the Reddit community cannot learn to balance authenticity and compassion, it may be a great website, but it will never truly be a great community. Steve's great challenge as CEO, 2, will be continuing the work Ellen started to drive this forward. 1. Disagreements are fine, death threats are not covered under free speech and will continue to get offending users banned. Ellen asked me to point out that the sweeping majority of editors didn't do this, right? And many were incredibly supportive. Although the incredible power of the internet is the amplification of voices, unfortunately, sometimes those voices are hateful. Yet, not the same as a death threat, but never mind. 2. We were planning to run a CEO search here and talked about how Steve, who we assumed was unavailable, was the benchmark candidate. He's exactly the combination of talent and vision we were looking for. To our delight, it turned out our hypothetical benchmark candidate is the one actually taking the job. No, continuing the work that Ellen started to drive this forward, and this is where it is problematic and starts to get troubling for me, although there are countless other quotes I could pick, but I'll talk more generally about them. Firstly, it's clear that the work she'd been doing was clearly sanctioned by the board. They still believe that what she did was right. It's clear it wasn't just her idea and it wasn't just a policy that she forced on everyone. I mean, when you have a CEO that is virtually clueless about how tech is run and how to even use Reddit, I can't see how she was the mastermind behind it all. She was nothing but a useful idiot for the Reddit board, Remember, she was interim CEO. She was here for the inevitable blowback that the board would expect for the commercialisation of Reddit. She's being hung out to dry so that the board themselves can get off with it scot-free. Not that I'm sympathetic with her in any way. And carry on rather more discreetly with the policies already put in place. Why have they brought Huffman in? Well, in my opinion, and this is just opinion, I could be proved wrong, he's another pawn so that he can represent an acceptable face to the Reddit community. He's not someone like Powell who will be more upright and in your face with the changes. The whole statement is bullshit to me. I mean, for a start, they're taking pot shots at the community with references to death threats and the hateful and spiteful comments. No one's denying they happened, but it proves to me that they see the community with utter contempt nowadays. The fact they are promising more openness and communication is seen in a different light to me. After I attempt to read between the lines, it says sorry but not sorry for being caught trying to change the site without you guys knowing full well what we were doing and without being discreet. We will be somewhat open with you in the future. They have made concessions, but I think the powerization of Reddit will continue, just with different tactics. I mean, they called her a pioneer of women in tech. Yes, the same woman who showed that women can be utterly clueless about tech and be utter dickheads in tech. You know, being terrible at every job you've done and lose lawsuits because you couldn't get your feminist friends and beliefs to win you it. Their career in tech is over. I don't mean to sound preachy, but women, if you use this woman as an influence and know the proper professionals who are actually shining lights, then you will probably not be very good. Ellen Powell is not a pioneer, but a cautionary tale. So I guess my opinion is pretty obvious. Fantastic that she's gone, fantastic. I don't think we could ask for less, but we should be asking for more. Clearly Reddit have conceded defeat in this battle, but the war for free speech on Reddit, and the internet as a whole, is still ongoing. They may have one face gone, but they have another more acceptable one. If the community wants to save Reddit, they need to fight the policies, not just the CEOs who are the representation, fight the board's decisions as a whole. I still think Reddit is fucked. They will continue down this path. I think it's far too late for anything anyone can do, unless a new CEO really does turn out to be the saviour for the community. This has been CharmingMan93. Like and share the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later.